going inside. The running Jackson. Shot on goal. A game winner for the Cavs.
A walk-off 3-run shot from David Adams.
Feeds right on the touchback door. Up to the first layup.
A shot. Billing away to score.
Cavalier starts the offense behind the cage. Up the left by Rubio. Spins and scores.
Rosted is free. She scores. 10-5 on his feet. Touchdown.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
On the court, he was definitely a warrior, and he always gave it all he had, and he was a winner.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Michael Schwimer, number 14 and closer for the University of Virginia baseball team. We have a lot of great highlights on today's show, but let's start with our play of the week.
The Play of the Week is brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. We make the American dream come true every day.
9 seconds, 8 seconds. Singletary back in the lane. Kicks. Baker, the three. Baker hits! Baker hits with 4 seconds. Timeout, Paul Hewitt.
He knew where I was going to be, so I just got to that spot, and I knew that he was going to find me because he always finds you when you're open. So I was ready to take a shot.
But I have confidence in my team, so they're going to knock it down. And like I said, he comes to the gym all the time working on that shot, so you know it's a no-brainer to give him the ball.
Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next.
Sean will go inside, reverse, can't get it, tip by Baker.
Welcome back to Cavalier Sports Weekly. Our men's basketball team picked up a huge win on the road at Georgia Tech earlier this week, before hosting Duke on Wednesday. Let's take a look at the game stories.
The Cavalier game highlights are presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
A strip by Sean. He went down to get the ball. Singletary now sends the lob. Joseph, and he finishes with a little layup. Momedy works with Baker. Gives it on the trail. Lars with a jam coming right behind him.
We definitely need Lars because of the energy he brings. You know, if somebody's not playing well, then you know Lars is going to be there scrapping, getting on the ground for the ball, you know, getting rebounds and putbacks at crucial times in the game, you know, because he has a lot of heart and he's a warrior, and that's how he plays.
Baker inside the paint, low. Lars, it's there. Layup, good and one. It's Baker. Baker will run the break. Baker low inside, and there is Mike Stott. Layup good.
We're playing a lot harder with a lot more energy, and we're having a lot more fun on the court. And it seems like we're playing for something now instead of just going through the motions.
Joseph to the right side, Baker. Baker stops for the three. Looks, it is well short. Lars, the rebound, a putback, can't get it. Got his own rebound again and one. He got fouled. He'll get a free throw. And a technical foul called by Curtis Shaw on Anthony Morrow. Clinch is all over Sean with hands, and it'll be Singletary getting by everybody in the lane. Pump fake, and Singletary inside. Bullseye.
Calvin played excellent today. Sean did a great job, and you know, it's most important to win. It doesn't matter, you know, how well I play or Ryan or anybody else. It's all about winning, really, right now.
Cavaliers down one. A lot of empty seats here tonight. Right side, Sean. Sean inside. Reverse. Oh, pretty play. Singletary up and under. He went from the right hand, and he switched to the left. Miller up top, and Miller looking to go outside. Peacock. Peacock against Tucker. Got position. Layup good. Peacock with the right hand. Got inside against Jamil. Stolen by Singletary. Singletary going to the other end. Sean will go inside. Reverse. Can't get it. Tip by Baker.
I just got to the basket, you know, trying to make a play. it didn't go in. So, Calvin didn't give up on the play. He was hustling real hard, and he got the putback. And that just credits all the energy he puts in.
Outside Morrow. Morrow with 14 with 13 seconds. Smith inside. Reverse layup good. Jeremy Smith got to the hole. 10 seconds. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. Singletary back in the lane. Kicks. Baker. The three. Baker hits!
After they scored, just try to push the ball up and create something for the team. And I try to get a layup, but, they had 3 or 4 guys in the paint. So I saw Calvin wide open.
We got a real good chemistry together, so he knew where I was going to be. So I just got to that spot, and I knew that he was going to find me because he always finds you when you're open. So I was just ready to take the shot.
And here comes Singletary. Singletary gets inside, kicks low, layup, Scott, 2-0.
Nice transitional off the block by Ryan.
And Virginia coming the other way. Singletary, sideline left. He will get to the lane, layup, good.
He is just flying tonight. So that's why Mac was saying a shot clock violation, but just in time.
Singletary wants the three, got a left, good.
9 for the little guy early. Second tray for Virginia.
We came out with the right kind of attitude that we needed to attack and play aggressive on defense.
Singletary looking for the shot. Singletary crossover. Singletary goes inside, low, great pass, layup good, off the bounce to Mikalauskas. Tough man-to-man by Duke here. Baker now off the bounce, in the lane, got everybody in the air, turnaround jumper good.
Yeah, that time Calvin very much under control.
And Mikalauskas got around his man, layup, and he can't finish. Got his own rebound, battles inside, layup good and one.
Then you play not a good but an excellent team that you gotta play virtually possession for possession, mistake-free, which is, for every team is very hard to do.
Goes lane left, looks for Lars, layup is good. Henderson off the bounce, goes to the free throw line. They rotate Shire. Shire the open three, good.
The only way that teams have been able to be successful in wins or losses is that they can play the same kind of aggressive offense and try to keep the game as close as you can.
Sean Singletary has been one of the most amazing players in Virginia basketball history, and he is your Student Athlete of the Week.
I try to make plays, every game.
Singletary off the dribble. Singletary for the deuce and the tie.
Things, people won't think, I'll be able to do being I'm so little.
There's Singletary in it and done. Singletary down the lane. He threw it home with one hand.
I play with my mind, play with a big heart, so I'm able to do things that people might not think I'll be able to do.
Gives it right side. Joseph inside. The tip by Cade. Off the bounce, going inside. The running jump shot. He got it.
That was so memorable because nobody expected us to beat Duke at home. It was like David versus Goliath, and they were on top for most of the game, but we kept throwing rocks at them, and at the end we were able to knock them out with a big shot. It was just like it was yesterday. It seems like these years have gone by so fast. You can't get this time back, but it was definitely memorable, and that I was able to grow up a lot on the court and off the court. We won some big games my first year. Some great times in U-Haul. We beat top 10 Arizona, and we had some embarrassing moments, but it was a growing process, and I think it helped, shape the program to where it is today.
Very sideline left. Singletary in traffic, pulls up 15, floats, runner, jump shot, good.
Just unbelievable. He continues just to have a sensational game.
Playing against Gonzaga, I got a lot of confidence playing there. Even though we lost, I felt as though, I could just create, and I had a lot of confidence playing after that game. The last game in U-Haul, it was tough, losing any game, but it was a rivalry game. But when we left U-Haul, we were hungry, and then we lost our last game, and we felt like we owed something to the town and something to the history of basketball, all the former players. The energy in the building was crazy. Everybody felt it. The fans gave it to us, and we gave it to each other. And, coach was, upbeat as usual. Even though we were down, we never felt as though we lost, that we were losing momentum, and we weren't losing confidence at all. We were just sticking together. We were thick and thin, and actually JR, it was a game time decision whether he played because of his eye. We got him in the lineup, and
And it was just a great feeling. We knew we were going to win that game from the beginning, no matter how much we was down. A lot of people counted us out, and the bond we had as a team was so great, so we were able to just do magical things. I got a good look, and the season was over, and we felt as though it was over too soon, and that really hurt us. And JR and Jason's season was over, and that was tough as well. So, I mean, just losing always hurts, but when the season's over, that hurts even more. And when I made the decision to come back, I mean, it was a great feeling, you know, because I had to finish, you know, my college career. I feel as though probably the best decision for me. You just go to the gym, it's always open, so just go in there, shoot when it's dark, you know, just zoning out and just losing yourself in the game. And in return, it pays off in that, you know, you develop muscle memory, and you get familiar with the court, familiar with the rims, and able to put on a show for the fans every time I step on the court.
The ball fake, deep three by Singletary, yes!
I just want to be remembered as a guy who cares first and foremost, and who's intelligent and, you know, does the right thing and could be a role model for younger guys. Hopefully I'm leaving fond memories behind for people to, you know, look back on and say, oh, that was a great person. And on the court he was definitely a warrior, and he always gave it all he had, and he was a winner.
She was the first player in the history of Virginia women's lacrosse to have her number retired, and she represented the United States in 4 World Cup championships. In this week's Cavalier Flashback, we take a look at one of the greatest women's lacrosse players of all time, Sherry Greer.
Cavalier Flashback is brought to you by the Virginia Lottery. More than $3 billion to K-12 public education since 1999. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools.
Sherry is probably the consummate lacrosse player. She's probably the best player that ever played the game of lacrosse at the college level. She had a wonderful sense of getting everybody involved in the game, elevating the level of play, but then had a tremendous sense of timing of when she needed to step up and make the big play. And if you look at the key games and the history over those 4 years, Sherry Greer was at the center of every key play for the major games that won national championships for us. There's no substitute for speed. But the thing about Sherry was she knew how to use her speed. And I can give one example one time when Sherry was sort of lagging behind her player, and Chris Alma, as a coach, I'm sort of fussing at him. She said, but Jane, this is what I was trying to do. And she clearly had a strategy for how she was using her speed and what she was going to have the end result, was she's going to get a possession from the other player. Name the top women athletes at the University of Virginia. There's a few names that come to mind. Dawn Staley, obviously, but Sherry Greer is right there with her.
In addition to not only the academics, but 4 years going to the Final Four and 2 years winning the national championship, that was just the peak and the pinnacle of my whole career. It's just a wonderful experience. My memories there are unforgettable.
I'm a little bit biased, and I think some other coaches at other schools might think they had a player at the same level, but I think if you ask the general lacrosse world, Sherry Greer would be the first name that pops to the top of the board when you talk about the best players in the country.
Coming up after the break.
Milner on the left baseline, the jumper is good!
Our women's basketball team had a thrilling overtime victory against Georgia Tech on Sunday, and on Friday they opened play in the ACC tournament. Let's check the highlights in our Women's Basketball Spotlight.
The Women's Basketball Spotlight is presented by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
There's so much emotion with this senior day stuff, especially when you've had a really good team and you've had 2 kids that have been just tremendous role models and tremendous representatives of this university.
Here comes goal. A great pass to Leonard, deep in the lane, well good.
We kept our composure out there. We stuck together as a team, which is one of the best things that I've seen. You know, this is one of the best experiences.
Got it control. Here come the Cavaliers. Ahead to Lewis. Wide open on the baseline. Well good. Zoll at the top of the key with 5. Zoll driving right baseline. Skips it to Milner on the left baseline. The jumper. Good! Backing in, Lindrum skips it to Zoll, top of the key, extra pass, Milner for three, left side.
She played absolutely the best game of her career. She played great minutes. She played steady. She played strong. She handled the ball a little bit. She just did a great job tonight.
Right, driving down the lane, kicks out to Zoll. Zoll now to Kellum. Kellum at the top of the key, driving down the lane, the right hand runner! Yes, off the glass! No good, rebound Kellum. To Zoll. 1:05 to play, ahead to Linus. The layup, good! Off the glass!
Tara's a great shooter, and everybody knows it, so we put Tara in the corner to draw the attention so that they couldn't double in the post.
With 5, with 4, right in the lane, the turnaround jumper, good off the glass!
Oh, she made a great pass, and I was just ready for the game to be over. And I was just like, forget it. Just laid it up. Just ready for it to be over, win the game.
Here comes Mohammed to hand off to Zoll. Zoll skipping it right side to Monica Wright. Slashing down the lane. Wright elevates and scores with the right hand. What a move from Monica. Rebound on the right block to Hemingway. She lays it in with the right hand.
This game is so physical early on here in Greensboro.
11-9 Georgia Tech. Here comes Monica Wright. The jumper from 10. Good on the left baseline. Right in transition. We're tied at 11.
It was a game of ebbs and flows. It was 3 or 4 points by them, 3 or 4 points by us. There weren't any long runs until the very end of the game, and it probably was a little bit due to the fact that, we had our legs and they were probably a little bit tired from yesterday. But give Georgia Tech credit. They played a great game today. They're a very good team, and I think they're going to go far in the NCAA tournament.
Ingram bringing it to the right side with 10. Ingram against Milner, man-to-man, backing up on the right side. Ingram puts her head down and drives. Pulls up from 10 feet, runs over Milner, offensive foul, and Ingram's third. Strong rebound, Kellum. Up the right sideline now to Zoll. Zoll going right wing to Little, slashing down the lane on the right block. Layup good off the glass. Zoll just inside the half-court mark.
I can't say enough about Charnay Zoll and everything that she brings to the table in terms of her ability to lead this team. She's the consummate leader all the time, whether she's having a great shooting game or not. She's really changed that part of her game over her 4 years at Virginia. You can't take her out of the game. You can't take her out mentally out of the game. She stays right with the play now, regardless of what happens on the play before. If we make a mistake or we have a turnover, she doesn't carry it. She doesn't pout about it. She just steps up to the plate the next time and makes a great play.
Backdoor for Wright. Caught it in the air and laid it in. That's the backdoor play they like to run. The backdoor lob from Zoll.
And then I knew that Charnay was really ready for the stretch run. And we've been in this position so many times this year that it's been great for us because we've just learned. And it's just been a great team in terms of finishing games now. So I think we finished a lot of games well. We didn't always win, but we really started to understand possession basketball and what we have to do at the end of the game, and they did a great job today, and Charnay's to be credited for leading them in that respect.
On the right wing. Wright will drive with the left hand in the lane. The pull-up jumper from 5. Boom! That's a nice move from Monica. And it's 17-11 at 10:48.
Her first point.
I was pretty out of sync starting off the game, but coach subbed me out, talked to me. She just was like, slow down a little bit, take your time, it'll come to you. And then as soon as I got back in, I was more relaxed. I was able to get into a rhythm.
Corner, it's a two-pointer, and it's good. She is triple-teamed, and the ball stolen by Wright. Right to Zoll in the middle of the floor. Back to Wright down the left side of the lane.
I think we were focused to start the game. I felt like we battled. After getting down a little bit early, we came right back and tied it and went ahead by 1. But it just seemed like we could not stay with them on the boards, and that was just a fundamental problem throughout the entire game. We also turned the ball over way too much, and usually the team that fouls the least wins the game, and that's what happened today.
1 week after our women's swimming and diving team won the ACC championship, our men's team was in Atlanta trying to match that accomplishment. We have that story and more in our Olympic Sports Spotlight.
The Olympic Sports Spotlight is presented by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
It's a huge step for our program. This team is a very, very special team of young men. They're Their character this year was just absolutely beyond reproach. Their willingness to work, their willingness to do every single thing we ask them to do every day, and their willingness to share and love one another and be a real team. I'll never forget this. I've been fortunate to be part of a few title teams, but this group of men is a very special group of men. We want to try to pursue excellence for the rest of the season into the NCAA tournament and represent the conference well and represent ourselves well. We want to enjoy this right now. This is special.
In other Cavalier sports action this week,
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Michael Schwimer, and we'll be back next week with more great stories and features. Until then, go Hoos.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.